Gentlemen, let me ask you something personal. Are you drinking plain water every morning and wondering why your energy still feels flat by midday? Do you notice that your circulation isn't what it used to be? That warmth, that drive, that feeling of being fully alive in your own body? Maybe you've been told to drink more water, exercise more, and take things easier. Yet something still feels like it's slipping away. If any of this sounds familiar, stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just another hydration tip. It's one of the most overlooked and powerful upgrades a man over 50 can make to his daily routine. And it starts before you even get dressed in the morning. I'm Dr. Narita, and for more than 14 years, I've worked with men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond who came to me feeling like their bodies had turned against them. Thousands of men, active, sharp men who refuse to give up on feeling strong and vital. Time and again, I've seen how small, specific changes in what enters the body can restore circulation, rekindle energy, and bring back that sense of confidence and physical control they thought was gone forever. Before we continue, do me a favor. Hit that like button and leave a comment telling me where you're watching from today. I love connecting with men all over the world who are serious about taking their health into their own hands. Now, here's the truth about plain water that most men over 50 have never heard. Plain water, while essential, is not enough to support the vascular system of an aging male body. Here's why this matters so deeply. After 50, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide, the molecule your blood vessels depend on, begins to decline at a rate that most doctors simply don't discuss during routine checkups. Nitric oxide is what tells the smooth muscle lining your blood vessels to relax and open wide. It's the biological signal that allows blood to move freely, efficiently, and powerfully to every tissue in your body. Without adequate nitric oxide, your vessels become stiffer, narrower, and less responsive. Your heart has to work harder, your extremities feel colder, your energy production drops, and the physical vitality that defines how you feel as a man, your stamina, your circulation, your capacity for closeness and connection with your partner, quietly diminishes year after year. Plain water does not stimulate nitric oxide production. Plain water does not replenish the minerals your vascular system needs to stay flexible and responsive. And plain water, when consumed without the right additions, can actually dilute the electrolytes your cardiovascular system requires to perform at its best. This is not a criticism of water. Water is life. But for a man over 50, water is the foundation, not the complete structure. What you add to that water is where real restoration begins. So today I want to walk you through 5 specific additions that science and clinical experience have shown can significantly support nitric oxide production, vascular health, and strong circulation in men over 50. They're not exotic substances or expensive pharmaceutical interventions. They're precise, natural, evidence-backed compounds that belong in your morning glass and can potentially change how you feel for the rest of the day. Let's start with the first one, and in my clinical experience, it can be the most immediately impactful. Beetroot powder. The science behind this is exceptionally strong. Beetroot, especially in concentrated powder form, is one of the richest dietary sources of inorganic nitrates on the planet. When you consume these nitrates, your body converts them through a 2-step process involving oral bacteria and stomach acid into nitric oxide, which then enters your bloodstream and signals your blood vessels to dilate. A landmark study published in the journal Hypertension found that a single dose of beetroot juice produced measurable reductions in blood pressure within hours. For men over 50 whose nitric oxide production has been declining for years, this is not a minor benefit. It's a direct intervention in the vascular aging process. Emotionally, when circulation is compromised, men describe feeling heavy, slow, and disconnected from their own physical power. There's a lack of vitality, a sense that the body is running at reduced capacity. When nitric oxide levels are supported, men consistently report feeling more awake, more present, and more physically capable, not just in the gym, but in everyday life and in intimate moments with their partners. Here's what to do practically. Add 1 teaspoon of high-quality organic beetroot powder to a full glass of water first thing in the morning, before coffee, before food. Look for a product with no added sugars that has been cold processed to preserve nitrate content. Give it 30 days of consistency. Most men notice a warmth and ease in their circulation within the first 10 to 14 days. I remember one of my patients, Raymond, 67, a former high school football coach. He came to me looking tired in a way that went beyond lack of sleep. He described his mornings as gray. He said he used to wake up feeling ready, and now he woke up feeling like he was already behind. His blood pressure was rising, and his energy by 10 a.m. was fading. I suggested he start every day with beetroot powder in water before anything else. 3 weeks later, Raymond came back and said something I've heard in different forms from many men since. Doc, I didn't realize how dim the lights had gotten until someone turned them back on. His wife had asked him what had changed. That's the kind of feedback that tells you something real is happening at the vascular level. The second addition is one most men are deficient in without realizing it, and the consequences of that deficiency affect nearly every system in the body. Magnesium. Biologically, magnesium is the master mineral for vascular relaxation. Think of it as the biological brake pedal for tension in your cardiovascular system. Your smooth muscle cells, the ones lining your blood vessels, require magnesium to receive and act on the nitric oxide signal. Without enough magnesium, even if nitric oxide is present, the vessels cannot fully respond. They work together. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that magnesium supplementation reduces arterial stiffness and improves endothelial function, the ability of blood vessel walls to regulate blood flow, in men with low magnesium levels, a finding that is extremely common after 50. Emotionally, magnesium deficiency is quietly exhausting in a way that's hard to define. Men describe it as a background tension that never fully releases, restless nights, muscles that feel tight even when you haven't exercised, a low-grade irritability that affects your patience, your presence, and your relationship with your partner. When magnesium is restored, many men describe a feeling of finally being able to exhale, of the tension they didn't even know they were holding, simply letting go. Practically, add a quarter teaspoon of magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate powder to your morning water along with the beetroot. These two forms are absorbed most efficiently by the body. Start with 200 mg and increase to 350 to 400 mg over 2 to 3 weeks. Many men prefer to split the dose, half in morning water, half in warm water before bed. The sleep improvement alone from consistent magnesium supplementation is, for many men over 50, worth every penny. The third edition targets something specific that almost no one discusses openly, and it's particularly important for men who want to support both their circulation and their physical confidence at the same time. L-Citrulline. This amino acid is what I call the upstream driver of nitric oxide. Here's the critical piece of physiology that makes it so valuable. Your body produces nitric oxide partly through an amino acid called L-arginine. However, when you supplement L-arginine directly, much of it is broken down in the digestive tract before it reaches the bloodstream. L-citrulline, on the other hand, is efficiently absorbed through the gut, enters the bloodstream intact, and is then converted in the kidneys into L-arginine, which in turn drives nitric oxide synthesis. It's a more efficient pathway. A study in the Journal of Urology found that L-citrulline supplementation significantly improved erectile function scores in men with mild erectile dysfunction, not through hormonal manipulation, but through genuine improvements in vascular blood flow. Emotionally, this matters deeply for men over 50. Circulatory issues in that area of the body carry a weight that is difficult to describe to anyone who hasn't experienced it. It touches confidence, intimacy, and a man's sense of self. I want to be very clear. If you felt frustrated or embarrassed by changes in this area of your health, you are not broken. Your body is not failing you. It is simply asking for support it was never given. Compounds like L-citrulline work by supporting the exact biological mechanism that makes healthy blood flow possible. Practically, add 2 to 3 grams of L-citrulline powder to your morning water. It's widely available, tasteless, and dissolves easily. Look for pure L-citrulline, not citrulline malate, which is formulated for athletic performance and has a different compound ratio. Take it consistently. Most men begin noticing a difference in 4 to 6 weeks of daily use. If you're finding value in what I'm sharing, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button. I publish science-backed health content for men over 50 every week, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next. The 4th edition transforms what plain water does for your cardiovascular system at the most fundamental level. A small pinch of high-quality sea salt or Himalayan Pink Salt. I know this sounds counterintuitive. Many men over 50 have been told to reduce sodium, and for certain medical conditions, that guidance is absolutely appropriate. Always consult your doctor. But here's what is often overlooked in the sodium conversation. The sodium in processed foods is stripped of its companion minerals and delivered in amounts that overwhelm the body. Natural, mineral-rich salt used in tiny amounts, a pinch, not a tablespoon, provides sodium, potassium, traces of magnesium, and dozens of other minerals that your blood vessels and nerve cells use to maintain healthy electrical function and fluid balance. Without proper electrolytes, water passes through your body without being fully utilized by your cells. Your cellular hydration remains deficient even if you're drinking plenty of fluids. Biologically, a small amount of natural salt in your morning water improves cellular hydration, supports adrenal function, which declines with age and affects energy and blood pressure regulation, and ensures that other compounds you're adding are absorbed properly. Emotionally, chronic cellular dehydration shows up as mental fog, low motivation, and a heaviness that men often mistake for depression or simple aging. When cellular hydration is properly supported, clarity and energy return in a way that feels almost surprising. Practically add just a small pinch, the amount you'd use to season a single egg, to your morning water. That's all it takes. If you have hypertension or kidney disease, talk to your doctor before adding salt to your routine. I think of Walter, 71, a retired civil engineer who came to me feeling like his mental sharpness had gone soft around the edges. He was drinking 2 liters of water a day, but still felt foggy, fatigued, and vaguely off. His standard lab work showed nothing remarkable. When we looked more closely at his electrolyte profile and morning routine, it was clear his cellular hydration was deficient despite his fluid intake. I asked him to add a small pinch of mineral-rich salt and a squeeze of lemon to his morning water. 6 weeks later, he sat across from me and said, "I feel like I've gotten my faculties back. I didn't realize how far gone I had become." His wife told him he seemed like himself again. That's no small thing. The fifth edition pulls the entire morning routine together and adds one more layer of support that specifically targets inflammation, the silent underlying driver of vascular aging in men over 50. Fresh squeezed lemon juice. Half a lemon in your morning water. The citric acid in fresh lemon does several things at once. It creates a slightly acidic environment in the stomach that actually improves absorption of the minerals you've added. It provides vitamin C, a cofactor in nitric oxide synthesis, and a protector of the endothelial cells, lining your blood vessels from oxidative damage. And it supplies potassium, which works with sodium to regulate blood pressure and support the heart's electrical function. Research from the British Journal of Nutrition has shown that regular citrus consumption is associated with measurable improvements in endothelial function and reductions in vascular inflammation markers. Emotionally, there's something about starting the morning with something bright, clean, and intentional that changes a man's relationship with his own health. It signals to yourself that you are choosing your vitality, that you are not simply aging passively, but actively taking control. And for men over 50, that sense of agency, that feeling of steering instead of being dragged along, is medicinal in itself. Practically squeeze half a fresh lemon into your morning glass after adding the other compounds, and drink the entire glass within the first 30 minutes of waking, before coffee, before food. This allows your digestive system to receive and process these compounds on an empty stomach, where absorption is most efficient. So here is your simple morning action plan. When you wake up, fill a large glass, at least 12 ounces, of room temperature or slightly warm water. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder. Add a quarter teaspoon of magnesium glycinate or citrate. Add 2 grams of L-Citrulline. Add a small pinch of mineral-rich sea salt. Squeeze in half a fresh lemon. Drink the whole glass before your coffee, before breakfast, before anything else. 5 ingredients. 1 glass. 5 minutes of your morning. Do it consistently for 30 days and pay attention to how your mid-morning energy feels, how your circulation responds, how you sleep, and how you feel in your body overall. The changes aren't dramatic on day one. They are steady, cumulative, and real. I want to say something important before we close today, and I want you to really hear it. If you've been frustrated, if you felt quietly discouraged by the changes you've noticed in your body over the last decade, if there have been moments of embarrassment or confusion about why your energy, your circulation, or your physical confidence aren't what they used to be, you are not broken. You are not alone. I have sat across from thousands of men who felt exactly what you're feeling. And what I have seen time and again is that the body, even after 60, even after 70, retains a remarkable capacity to respond when given the right support. You have not passed some point of no return. Your vascular system is not a fixed, declining machine. It is a living, responsive system waiting for the signals that tell it to open, to flow, to function with power and ease. You have the ability to provide those signals starting tomorrow morning. If this video gave you something useful today, a sense of hope, a concrete step forward, a new way to understand what your body needs, please give it a like. It helps other men who are looking for this exact information find it. Leave a comment below and tell me which of these 5 additions you're going to start with first. Share this with a brother, a friend, a neighbor you know is struggling with energy or circulation and hasn't yet found the right answer. It could be the reason he takes his first real step toward feeling alive again. And subscribe so you never miss the weekly content I share specifically for men who are serious about their health and vitality after 50. I'm Dr. Narita, reminding you that after 50, vitality isn't lost. It's simply waiting to be reclaimed. Take care, gentlemen. See you in the next one.